Alright. Sorry about that, guys. I was recording and then I realized my brothers and stuff were all home and we were talking for a bit. So now that they're out of the room, I have my mic turned back on. So it looks like this won't be a just a time lapse or whatever. So as you guys can tell, I've already started to like skew a bunch of things and give it a little bit more character, right? So I've started to do that already. This is kind of usually I do this process like a little bit later, but I figured I might as well show this now to make this a little bit more exciting, so you guys aren't just watching me, modeling and. So I mean, this all depends on the type of game that you're working on. Obviously, if you're working on FIFA or a sports title or like a realistic title where everything has to be realistic and to the blueprint, then you're not gonna have the opportunity to do this. But if you are working on a little bit more of a stylized game, then you have the opportunity to kind of skew things and make things look a little bit more interesting, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. I want to make this a little bit more interesting by skewing it a little bit more. So I mean, right now you have the wireframes, right? But if you get rid of the wireframes, now you kind of get to see what I've started to do here, right? You start to see these little nicks and stuff like that, which is really cool. I'm thinking I might even add something like this, and then I can like skew this in a little bit, right? Right, just gonna give it that extra skewage. There you go, right? Now there's something going on here. It's not liking this, so I really like the hockey for uh, in 2015. I don't have it here unfortunately, but it's okay. Here you go. Multi-cut tool, really big fan of it now. Now that I know how to use it, I'm a big fan of it in 2015. I'm still having issues with it in 2014, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna skew these two, just because this one they're a little bit further away, so we'll keep that straight for now. Might skew this a little bit more, just a little bit more. There, there we go. So we kind of got this area here. The roof is pretty good. Um, cool, cool. I'm thinking if once I finish the roof, I think I might go back to Substance Designer. Uh, Thinking I might go back to Substance Designer just because it's just so fun. Like now that I've gotten the hang of it a little bit more, I want to continue the momentum and create a few more textures. I realize that there's a few textures that I'm gonna need to make. I'm gonna need to make like a tree bark texture and things like that. I'm just gonna move this a little bit further back just to kind of engulf this and this. Give a nice little seam there. Alright, so there we go. That looks pretty cool. You're not going to see too much of the roof, so that's why I'm trying not to spend too much time in there or on it. Uh, Usually what I normally would do is I would like create another. I might still need to do that because you might still see the roof a bit depending on the cameras, right, and the shots that I'm taking. But from here you won't see it. Usually I would put like a trim here on top, but from the looks of things I might not need to. So alright, so the next thing is that little circle thing right in the middle here. So so now it's like, how do I go about building this, right? So essentially, it's a cylinder or a torus, right? And then you got another one in the middle, and then you got these little stems coming out, and it's attached to another circle. So what I'm gonna do is to make this easier. So I'm just gonna save this for now, like this, and I'm going to go to my front. and I'm going to isolate everything. I'm gonna show isolated, and I'm gonna go auto load new objects. Gonna create cylinder. Gonna close this here, and there you go. Let's just go over here. Whoa, what am I doing? What am I doing? What just happened? Oh no. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this right here, scale it up. I'm gonna get rid of this, move this down. Oh my god, McDonald's coffee. Love McDonald's coffee. So that's probably gonna be where it's gonna go. Kind of engulfs it. It engulfs quite a bit of it. Actually engulfs. So something I've noticed already, actually. Something that I've noticed is that it actually engulfs more than this. It actually goes almost like right here. Right? See how that engulfs that? So this trimming, okay. I think I have an idea. I have to do something like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scale it up like that. Okay, so it's going to be like that. And I'm going to go into the center, and just to make things clean, I'm just going to delete this here in the back. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the videos. It's always nice to know, what you guys like about the videos too. So if you guys want to give me a shout out and just let me know what you guys like about my videos, and be greatly appreciated. I goofed this. I probably should have just added more polys to this, but whatever. So I'm just gonna extrude vertice. It's a very neat trick that I learned there, and way back in the day. Not way back in the day, but very awesome trick. And so there we go, and I'm just gonna take that, extrude it, bring it to the back, there. And let's see here, so it's like a pretty big ringer-thinger, and from here it looks pretty jaggedy, so I want this to be a lot smoother since it's going to be kind of a main piece. So I'm gonna shift click here, and I'm gonna have to do this to every single. So this is what I mean by I goofed it. I should have just punched this in when I was creating the cylinder. It's not too bad. Thank God for the shift click thing in 2014. How it just kind of like auto smooths it for you, which is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I've been noticing for the past like 10 videos, I haven't really had any comments on my videos, which it's not a good sign. But I have been getting more more viewers and subscribers, so that's fantastic. All right, so what's next? What's next? So I'm also gonna do a bevel on this. These edges here. Let's do a bevel. And I'm just gonna go, let's say 0.2. Bam. And, like I was saying before, what it kind of has is like a little circle with like, sorry, I'm clearing my throat. With like a kind of like a stem kind of thing going on. That's what it's got going on for it. So let's do that then. I don't think I'm gonna need like this round of the circle. I can probably get away with a little bit of a lower poly cylinder. So I'm gonna create another cylinder here. I'm just gonna scale it up so that I can actually see it. Show. So even something like this, I'm thinking might be a little bit too much. I could probably go with something like, ooh, that did not turn out well. Something like a 12, like that might be fine, right? And just gotta soften the edges, and I think it should be okay. There we go. Kill my history. And just gonna take these edges, and I'm just gonna extrude it in. Extrude it in like that, probably, and then extrude it one more time. Extrude it. Oh, what am I doing? Extrude it in. Oh, like that. There we go. Scale this down. And I'm just gonna move this all the way down. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of have it almost touching. Almost touching. There we go. So we have this here. Let's see. Like, I'm not gonna add bevels and stuff to it because I don't think that that's gonna be necessary. I feel like this might need to be a little bit. I'm gonna restrain. Oh, kind of like that. And I'm just gonna like this. Soften edges. There you go. And now I'm gonna create that stem that it's got. So I'm gonna show load, auto load new objects. I'm gonna create a square. I'm gonna scale this up. I guess it doesn't really add to the object. It doesn't really do a good job of doing that. What's up? I'm good, man. Thanks, though. Thanks. And I'm just gonna keep skewing this here. And just gonna keep skewing this here. Right. So I'm just gonna go like this. I'm just gonna select all that. Actually, I should select the whole thing. Right. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna delete this face because I won't need it, and I won't need this face either. So I'll delete that. And it's time for me to figure out the centerpiece. So I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna go like that, and I'm just gonna restrain this axis because it's kind of like this. I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of like that. And this is gonna be a little bit thicker. It looks like. So I'm just gonna like that, like that. Restrain it from this z-axis, so it's a little bit thicker, something like that, I think. And this is gonna kind of go. Delete this. And I can always go back and lower the polys on that one. So this looks like it might be a little bit too thick, so I'm gonna go back and go something like that. Right. Cool. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna yeah, actually I'm gonna lower the polys down on that. Hold on. There we go. I'm just gonna go like this. Remember, if you guys have any questions on what I'm doing, just tell me what the timestamp is, and I'll respond to your guys' comments. Okay, so now we got this, and I mean I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but this doesn't have to be fully accurate, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take this, gonna combine it I'm going to take the center pivot, I'm going to move it up to here to the y-axis. And I'm actually going to reduce these because this is really high poly, and you're not going to need it that high poly, especially um, when it's a little bit smaller. So even from this far away and at this size, you can lower down polys to half, and it should look pretty round. It's only when an object is a lot larger and it kind of draws your eyes towards it that you want to add the polygons, but here it's definitely a waste. So I'm just going to delete it. There you go, right? So from here it still looks like a round circle, right? So it's not worth it to have all that those polys being wasted. Okay, so now I'm just going to duplicate special. So this is a really handy tool, duplicate special here. How many am I going to need? Let's go one. So you got 15, 30, 15, 30, 45, 15, 30, 45. That's 3, 3. So let's say 11. And you're going to rotate 15. Oh, no, that's not right. Rotate 15. Okay, so that's not right. There we go. So by 30. Right, so now you got all of these, right? These are duplicate specials. They're copies and they're not instances, which is probably a mistake on my part. I should probably make these instances in case I do fix something. It also fixes everything. Yeah, so now we have like this kind of symbol up top there, right? So I think I'm going to redo that. And I'm going to do an instance. And this way, when I make a change to something, give you guys an example here. If I decided that I wanted to, what am I doing? Put an edge loop here. See how it adds edge loops to everything? So now when I skew it up like this, all of them skew. And this is really handy. Really, really handy. So what I can do here now is I can go here and I can let me turn on wireframe, and I can skew this a bit, right? So now they all kind of have that skewage, which is really cool. And I'm gonna go in and yeah, so this is there we go. So now we got like this really cool kind of symbol looking like thing. It's about 1,800 triangles, which is quite a bit, to be honest. But you know, pretty cool. And I mean, I can just keep changing this up. So there it is. So yeah, I mean, we have kind of like our front. Our front is coming along rather nicely, and we're getting pretty close to wrapping up the front here. We still need to do the side. So let's kind of take a look at this here. So even the roof is supposed to be kind of like battered up a bit. So we still got this as well. So we got this going for us here. So we got this kind of like basic shape. It's kind of cool. And kind of got this little trim here at the bottom. Let me see, what do I want to work on next? So we got these like windows here. And the reason why I've kind of have them built like that is because I can at the moment. From this range, from this distance, you're not going to see too much of it. I think, like I said previously, I'm going to close this up a bit more. This is a little bit too much, like it's showing way too much. And because it's showing so much, it means that I have to add a lot more detail into hiding stuff, and it's just time that I don't really have right now. So, you know what? Let's finish off this video by adding a little bit more detail to this pillar. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add some more love to this pillar. Notice that there's a triangle here. And not quite sure why I had that there. It's not needed. But okay. So let's add some love to this thing. Let's add some love to this thing. So let's I'm gonna add in insert polygon tool here, and I'm going to skew this a bit. Give it some love. Give it some love. Right. Maybe have this one up a little bit higher or something. Right. Just kind of give it that off feeling. And gonna go in and add some bevels here. Hold on, let me just quickly see how far, like, yeah, some bevels might do it some good. I'm gonna also delete this because you're not gonna need it. I'm also gonna delete these back faces as well, because you're not gonna need that as either. I can delete these ones, like these side ones as well, but I'm thinking I might want to rotate some of these so that, you know, you're seeing different ones. So I'm actually going to keep it for now. And let's just add some bevels to this. Let's add some bevels, baby. So here we go. Let's add some bevels. So there we go. So we got a bevel going on here. Hold on. I think it's best that I select everything that I want beveled, and then bevel it together, so that way it kind of just bevels beautifully. Yep, just like that. And I'm gonna actually bump this up to maybe 3. Yeah, this way it just kind of reads nicer, right? Don't like how that beveled though. I might have to collapse these, which is fine. Collapse edges. No, that didn't turn out very good. Let's collapse one of these edges like that. There we go. It's a little bit better. Didn't really help too much, but let's go something like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this forward, and I'm going to split polygon tool, and I'm just going to do that same thing on this side. And obviously right now it's got that weird shading going on, so I'm just going to go into here and I'm just going to soften the edges and harden all these bottom ones. There we go. That solves our issue. Clear history. So now we got this kind of like cool looking shape going on. I'm going to add, let me see, so are you going to see the bevel from here? Yeah, okay. I'm actually going to fan these up a bit more, just because I feel like they're not reading that well right now from up at this distance. Just going to fan these up, and let's do a bevel. Oh. Let's do a bevel here, and let's bump this up to like 3. Yeah, let's do that. I'm actually just going to take this, I'm just going to drag this down a bit. Drag this down as well. Just drag them down just a tad bit, kind of give it a little bit better. And I'm actually just gonna merge these, merge the center. Do the same here. Cool. Oh darn it! I just realized that I do need the backings on these, or else the lighting, it's gonna go right through it. Whoops daisies. Okay, so I actually do need the backs on these. So I'm gonna close this up, and then I'll close up. One thing that I don't like about the new Maya is that pen polygon tool. I've been having a lot of issues with the pen polygon tool. So hopefully they fix it, or maybe I don't know how to use the new tool. Maybe I'm a noob, I don't know. But I find that the 2014 version just works beautifully. Like, I can just have no issues with the 2014 version, and I have tons of issues with the 2015 version. Like, look at this, it's just seamless. So hopefully they'll improve it in 2016, because I really enjoyed the pen polygon tool. Okay, there we go. So you know, I added some skewage. Let's skew this down a bit more. You know, let's flare this out more on one side or something. You know, just kind of give it that weird zany look, right? Tilt it a bit. You know, just kind of give it that little off-center kind of feel to it, right? There you go. There you have it. So now you have this little Lego piece here to build the other sides. And I'm actually gonna go in. I'm gonna duplicate special this. This is what 4 of these. So duplicate. Let's go 4, and no rotations. Just gonna duplicate special here 4 times. So I'm just gonna move a bunch of these over, and that way when I make a change to one of these, it's gonna make a change to all of them. And it's gonna be awesome, right? So I'm just gonna delete that. Just gonna kind of like roughly place them, right? Did I not? Oh, there we go. So now, like I said earlier, if I go and modify something, all of them are going to modify as well, and it's going to be kind of cool, right? So there you go. So now I got those pillars up there. Alright, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's starting to really come along now. I think maybe the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to tighten, or I'll finish off the top building, obviously. Finish this up. And then I might go back and I might tighten this front up a bit more, just so it closes a lot more than what it is right now. Cause and then after that, I need to start modeling the tower, which would be fun. So again, it's just more Lego pieces, right? So I need to model some more Lego pieces. And then the side, and then this back. This back building, I'm thinking I'm just gonna reuse a bunch of these Lego pieces that I'm gonna build, and then put it onto here. And then we'll start putting a bunch of stuff into Unreal and see how that looks. And obviously, at that point, you'll start to see, you'll start to UV texture, start to slap on the textures that I've created, and we'll get to see if we need different textures to kind of break things up a bit more. So alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like and enjoy the videos, subscribe to my channel, leave your comments. Comments mean a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. Keep it real, and see you guys again next time. Bye now.